You see, I think certainly in my tradition, grace and nature are deeply linked. And we are human, physical beings. And so our healing involves all sorts of things. We are healed by the help of doctors, and by the help of our friends, and by the prayers that we say. God works in all of these. God works through doctors as much as he does through priests, because every aspect of our humanity needs to be healed. When people are sick, they pray for healing. And you can be sure that they will be healed. But the healing doesn't necessarily mean that they, are liberated from the illness. They might be healed in all sorts of other ways. Healed in their humanity, healed in their sorrow, healed in their most intimate relationships with people, healed in their hope, healed in their heart. All these are healings. So God will heal us if we open ourselves to it, but it might not be physically. It might be in ways that are more radical.
I found a connection with God through staying connected to my own spirit. In all my creativity and all my destruction. For from destruction comes resurrection, and I have risen from the ashes of my own life more than once, and been amazed at the woman I have grown into.
So the experience was that I was living on the community at Scargill, and I wasn't out in terms of my HIV status to many people on community. So it was known by a few, but not by everyone at that stage. And I had been asked if I would serve on the altar, and it just hit me, and I just burst into tears, and I said, this is what this means to me. You ask me, a woman with HIV, to offer the blood of Christ. It was almost as if the most impure is being asked to offer the most pure. And it was really humbling, really, really humbling. And to hold a chalice, of blessed wine, symbolic of the blood of Christ, me being asked to do that. I don't know whether I've quite got words to explain how healing that was and how present God was in that moment. But it was the moment that brought me back, gave me that sense of being brought back to the church, back in from the edge, that I didn't have to be a fringe dweller anymore, that I could be part of the communion and the body of Christ in a very real and meaningful way.
Once a year, Positive Catholics organizes a retreat at a monastery in Dawi Abbey. It is a weekend outing where people have a chance to get together, talk about the challenges that they meet with HIV, and they have a chance to pray. And the climax is when we have a healing prayer. And healing there takes a very different perspective from a lot of other people believe. Healing is not only the physical healing, the removal of HIV, but it is the spiritual acceptance of your condition and being able to live positively with it. And I found that a very, very powerful message to me each time I go on those outings.
Yeah, healing comes in many different ways, and we're so blessed that we have this medication, which we wouldn't have had so many years ago. And that, for me, the healing is the fact that I'm here and I'm healthy, and that, you know, I've got a great future ahead of me, and that I can have a child and I can have a relationship and all that kind of stuff, and that I can still be, you know, free to enjoy my life.